The reality of postnasal drip. As I was looking into, etiologies of pharyngitis, reasons I have a sore throat, I found an article that talked about how postnasal drip is not always accepted as a reason. It's almost like a psychological reason, psychosomatic, if you will. And as I thought about it more, I find that concept very, very interesting and worth looking into more. So, postnasal drip. The concept seems pretty simple. Stuff dripping out the back of your nose into your throat. It irritates it. A lot of times you see stuff. Oh, back of your throat's inflamed. I'm not talking about a pharynx, which is you can't see with your eyes. If they get a camera, put it down there. I'm talking about just simply the back of your throat. You can see it's sort of obvious. There's cobblestoning. There's all these bumps on it. Looks like the roads in Europe. So why then was it controversial? So first of all, what drips down to the back of your throat? I mean, your throat's used to stuff being there anyways, right? You drink liquids, sometimes hot, sometimes cold, sometimes sour, eat spicy food. So does that irritate your throat? Is stuff in your nose different? It's just not. Is that bad for you? Is that bad for your throat? Shouldn't your throat be used to it? Where else does stuff come out from your nose? I mean, you could blow it out. Sometimes it drips out. Is it only when you're sick that stuff comes back out of your nose? When you're well, does stuff still come out? I would guess so. So then why is it such a big deal? Why is it just sometimes it's a big deal? What if I'm congested? It feels like nothing's coming out of my nose then. Why are you telling me that stuff is coming out of my nose? If I put in sprays, what does that help with? It decreases the amount coming off from the back of my nose? But I feel the spray in the back of my throat. So it must have come out my nose. I could taste it. Sometimes I taste it more. Hours later, sometimes I taste it less. If I tilt my head back, yeah, I could feel it. I could taste it. Does the spray irritate my throat? Why does the spray not irritate my throat? It's not natural. All these are questions I've had since thinking about this and dealing with it. Yeah, I've been using nasal sprays, a steroid, antihistamine, and I've been doing better. My ears don't hurt as much. My throat doesn't hurt as much. My nose is better. I could breathe through it more easily. But what is this about back of a throat and postnasal drip? It feels very difficult. Such a hard question. Why? Because how do you prove it, right? So a lot of things are true, but we don't know how to prove it. A lot of things can be true, but we haven't proven it. A lot of things we believe are true, but we haven't proven it. But doesn't mean it's not true. The problem in the medical field is when you have something that's untestable, as in you can't test it, and those almost feels like it's unknowable. You can't prove or disprove it. So what do you do? Do you accept this statement? Do you disagree with it? I feel this head is a funny, funny thing. Why is it that sometimes more stuff drips out and there's less stuff? I mean, if I'm lying down, it makes sense, right? The positioning. If I'm not lying down, why? Why is not everything constant? Like it should be, you would think. No. I can tell you from experience with postnasal drip that, you know, it's miserable. It could get better. But guess what? For me, it's not going to go away. And that's a question I always have. Why can't you fix things so they go away? Why do I take medications all the time? Isn't there another solution? What is vasomotor rhinitis? Something saying there's something wrong, you just have too much congestion. Why doesn't my nose run out the front like it did when I was little? Why does it run sometimes, like when I go in the hospital and I'm not ill? All these questions, insufficient answers, but a treatment. Is that good enough? Can I accept that? Should I look further? And the question is always, is there a better treatment? Is there an alternative to medicines? Somebody posted on Reddit that there's this yoga from ancient times. Talked about opening your nose with squeezing something under your arm. Sounds funny. Sounds harmless. Maybe I should give it a try.